back to my series, The Bible Doesn't Make Any Sense. Today's episode, Mark chapter 11. Y'all have been wanting me to talk about Jesus and the fig tree. I've been putting it off because it's kind of a short story, but we can talk about short stories, so let's talk about it. So Jesus is in Jerusalem. Bro had only been there for one day, and he was hungry, and so he goes to find a fig tree to try to get some figs. He walks up to the fig tree and realizes that the figs aren't in season yet. Nothing but leaves on the tree. No figs, no nothing. So Jesus just curses the tree. May no one ever eat fruit from you ever again. Then he walks into the temple court because he sees people are buying and selling there and starts flipping tables and benches over. Everyone's just amazed at what he's doing. The priests and the teachers start thinking of ways to kill him already. Remember, he'd been there for a day. The next day, they happen to see the fig tree that Jesus cursed the day before, and the tree is dead. It's completely withered. So Peter looks at Jesus and is like, yo, the tree that you cursed, it's dead now. And Jesus looks him dead in the face and is like, have faith in God. With faith in God, you too can be an asshole to a tree that just wasn't in season yet. So when Jesus gets back to Jerusalem, I guess he left, the priests and the teachers that were thinking about killing him like a day or two ago, they walk up to him and they're like, what authority do you have to be doing all of this shit? So Jesus just looks at them and is like, John's baptism, was it from heaven or was it of human origin? And they looking at each other and they're like, okay, either way we answer this, it's not gonna come out right. So they just say, I don't know. And then Jesus is like, neither will I tell you by what authority I'm doing all this shit. Really sounds like Jesus was just a little cranky. Motherfucker was hangry and decided to just curse a tree forever. Oh, you don't have figs when I want you to have figs, even though it's not the season for figs? Fuck you, die. Now back to what I said about loving thy neighbor. Somebody give Jesus a Snickers bar so he can calm the fuck.
You know, that was one of those stories that never made any sense to me when I was growing up and when I started studying the Bible. Because of that line, the tree was not in season. So why would there be the expectation of it having figs? The bigger a miracle, if I was writing this book, then with the tree being out of season and I'm Jesus, I'm going to make the tree all of a sudden bloom some fruit so that I can have the bounty of heaven. That would have made more sense. But what actually makes sense historically is this. This story about Jesus and the fig tree is completely ripped from Titus's Annals as written by Josephus ben Matthias, who later becomes Josephus Flavius. Yes, he becomes a Flavian, and he becomes a writer of the Flavian dynasty who took over the Roman Empire after 70 AD. When you read the Annals of Titus, one of the things that it discusses is the fact when Titus laid siege on Jerusalem, one of the things that he did was to tell his soldiers to go and rip up all the fruit trees surrounding Jerusalem so that the people in Jerusalem would begin to starve. That is part of laying siege, is to cut off supplies from going into the city so that you weaken the city. They may only have 10 days, 6 months, somewhere in there worth of supplies inside the city. So your goal is to starve the people out, to cause disruption, to create a break in the people and the government and the military that's there, so that it's easier for you to lay siege on it, and they even will welcome you in as a conquering hero, to which is what happened when Titus entered Jerusalem. He entered Jerusalem under fanfare, just like Jesus supposedly entered Jerusalem under fanfare. You'll find many of the writings in the Annals of Titus fits the description of Jesus. Fishermen, becoming fishermen at the Sea of Galilee is one of those things. Tearing down the temple, building a watchtower, all those sorts of things. So the fig tree is ripped from the Annals of Titus and never actually even makes sense as it's written in the Bible, as a clue to you that it was a story that was written by Josephus ben Matthias in the creation of Christianity. Y'all have a great day. And remember always, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibration.